Hello and welcome to the Infinite Escape Room, the puzzling podcast where a group of chums come together to solve a never-ending escape room of the ears. My name is Jamie Gibbs, the man your man could smell like, and joining me today, as always, are my wonderful co-producers. Please introduce yourselves in the order that best befits your stature.
Well, that's got to be me first then, hasn't it? Surely. Hello, I'm Jonathan David Charles Saunders II, and I'm currently sniffing flux. Smells wild.
And I'm Ben Lavery-Griffiths, and I have previously been described by John as quite a lot.
Have you?
Ben's quite a lot.
Did I really say that?
I believe that was your summary from the last, your initial summary from the last episode.
Quite a lot.
And I'm Riggedy Diggity Mike Collins, with quite a hairy nose, but quite sexy toes.
I like that the past three introductions have all been about various body parts you've got, like a triple ass.
Yeah, yep. I'm just a man made of body bits, really.
Crack in the back, but not in the sack.
Yeah.
That's all.
I mean...
Oh, no, crack in the back, but numb in the sack.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that is accurate.
Which is what happens when the baggie leaks.
Oh, no, I was thinking more along the lines, it's what happens when your 8-month-old daughter decides that her favourite thing is bouncing and her little heels are like nut-seeking missiles. And she just curb stomps flapjacks straight into the sofa every time.
So, listeners, if you are joining us for the first time, you may want to go back a couple of episodes to sort of get the gist of what's going on. So we've recently...
because that'll help.
Slightly. We've recently rejigged our format to a brand new format, which is decidedly very similar to the original format from 5 years ago. So rather than one of us presenting a full-fledged puzzle every episode, we can't do that because we're all dads and time poor and our marbles have started to lose.
So one of us presents a half-baked puzzle instead and the others pick holes in it. In the case of Ben's puzzle last week, it's literally half-baked because we pointedly made a cake halfway through and never returned.
Just the way it used to be. The podcast you know and love. So yes, instead we have a central theme over the course of 3 episodes, and then each of us in turn will present a small part of that theme. So the puzzles are shorter, but the banter is more, I think, targeted and aggressive by the sounds of it. And then finally we'll convene in the pubiverse for our little debrief over a sip of something cold and delicious.
It wasn't that John was batting cakes, it was that it was cake batter.
All right. And also, targeted and aggressive banter sounds like something that someone would say to a police officer when trying to, excuse their behaviour. It wasn't abuse, officer. It was targeted and aggressive banter.
But of course, ladies and gentlemen, the podcaster world is fraught with perils, financial and otherwise, so we do rely on our wonderful army of patrons to help keep this ship afloat. And this week is no different, so I'd like to dedicate this episode to the wonderful Robert Hempel, Geneva Kaplan-Smith, Richard Leggett, Bettina Pahida-Lewin, Helen Bailey, Rebecca Gerard, Brianne Butler, and Jess. Thank you all so much for keeping us off the streets and on the air.
Whatever you have all done, we forgive you. Brethren.
I like the way that started like an appeal, Jamie. As we all know.
It did.
As we all know, the podcasting world is just fraught with stress. But for just £5 a month, you can get a podcast.
What, join the IRA? Where are you going with?
I was aiming for Bono, but it ended up a little bit IRA.
So what happened last week? Well, we find ourselves trapped in the village hall of a local Rotary Club. And last week, we were in the kitchen trying to figure out how the fuck we get out of this kitchen. But thanks to Ben's machinations, we managed to bake a cake, which was not an integral part of the puzzle, but by God, we did it anyway. After finding a secret hatch in the floor, we had to construct a gargantuan pumpkin out of whatever the fuck was available to us at the time. But we did it, and we made the world's veiniest pumpkin, which you will see on our OnlyFans at some point in the near future. And now we return with ceremonial marrows in hand to the centre of the village hall. I believe the only place left for us to look is the below stairs.
Well, that's my puzzle. So, you walk towards the nondescript staircase, marvelling at how descript it is not. Subsequently, I shall not descript the staircase, and instead just let you walk down it. At the bottom of the staircase, which you have failed to notice any significant details of on account of there not being any, because it is so nondescript. I really can't descript it. Anyway, you end up in a converted storeroom that someone with a vague idea of what a sex dungeon should look like appears to have converted using a lot of black fabric and, those fake candle sconces that you can put in and framed pornography that last probably aroused ardour in the 1970s. Gosh. In the centre of the room, we're still at the Rotary Club, by the way. Everybody knows, for listeners at home, all Rotary Clubs include a sex dungeon because it's mostly a power thing.
This is accurate, brethren.
In the centre of the room is a double bed. Nice IKEA one, reasonably priced, but not with one of their mattresses because they're terrible. Nice mattress from Dreams. With a man chained to it by his arms and legs. He resembles John, but with a marrow up his arse. The ceremonial marrow that you found in the last room that you're now carrying with you like some sort of dachshund with no legs. Anyway, this man on the bed, you're not pathologists, but even from here you can tell that this man appears to have been fucked to death.
And now we're in 7. Oh, God.
You come into the room and notice 2 robes on the floor and think, ooh, robes. We'll be needing those for our secret society Rotary Club induction. But not a third. The third robe in the room is on the man. Would you like to step forward and remove the robe from the man?
Yeah, sure.
You do so, but find his corpse utterly rigid and unmovable. You are unable to move the robe, and as you shake and move him and jiggle him about, a spooky ghost arises from his corpse. It goes, I'm a ghost. I was fucked to death yesterday. During the
Suddenly we're in 7, done by the Muppets.
He's got some very important exposition. Let me return to it. The ghost informs you, I was fucked to death yesterday during the usual Thursday night orgy.
So it's Friday.
I would very much like to haunt whoever did it, but I don't know. I had a lot of Benadryl beforehand. And I don't know who did it and how so. Find out for me. Who fucked me to death and with what? And then I shall release my robes to you and relax my flatulent corpse.
He does a little toot. He has gone back to being silent and dead.
Okay, there's 2 robes on the floor. Can we take a look at those?
They are standard Rotary Club robes. Black silk, red lining.
Anything in the pockets? Anything in them?
No, just the usual Rotary Club lint.
Which of the logos does it have embroidered onto it?
Oh, Jesus.
It's got the Rotary Club embroidered across the entire back, but in like Hell's Angels font.
Sick.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Is there anything else in the room?
There is indeed. So you have the bed in question in the centre of the room, which has a variety of toys scattered around it. And then this being a converted storeroom, there's also a rather...
Are we thinking Lego?
A beach ball.
Oh, we'll get into those in a moment. There's also a rather dusty filing cabinet in one corner of the room. Another is a computer with a splash-proof sheet over it. And then finally a nice cosy armchair with a newspaper on it.
Okay, that computer, I'm assuming we get to it, needs a password.
No, it's just on.
What's it currently on?
There's some things on the desktop. Would you like to... So who is going to go to the laptop?
I will.
I have just sent John a copy of what is on the laptop.
Oh.
And what I'm going to ask is, please don't share the file. So this is a kind of like a, you are at this location with this information thing.
Okay, that's cool. I can do that. So we have several things here. There is an email chain, and it's between Mrs. Mercy Thickfont and Miss Beatrice Sternis, and the subject is Thursday plans. I'll quickly read you there's 2 emails, and I'll quickly read you them. 1, Dear Beatrice, I hope this message finds you well. I heard that you'll be under the watchful eye of Ofsted all day on Thursday. Best of luck with the inspection. I know how stressful these can be. Now, we know it's Friday today, because it came up in the initial description. So this was presumably plans for yesterday. By the way, I'm really looking forward to trying something new at the Rotary Club event that evening. It promises to be most stimulating spiritually. I hope you can make it if your backswing always your backswing always lands just so. Warm regards, Mercy. So I guess that was the email from Mercy to Beatrice. Then there's the email back to Mercy from Beatrice. Dear Mercy, thank you for your kind words. Yes, Thursday will indeed be a long day with Ofsted around, but I'm confident we'll manage. You know I do love the event, especially after a hard week of shaking children down for lunch money. I'm not sure if I'll have the energy after the inspection. Just looking forward to hearing all about it afterwards. Okay, so best Beatrice. So Beatrice isn't sure if she's going to turn up. I'm not sure if I'll have the energy after the inspection. Looking forward to hearing all about it afterwards. So she basically says, I'm not coming. Okay, then there's a Twitter thread. And there's 3 people in this. There's Sir Henry Bezelmuch, MP. There's DCI Brian Crimlingrab. And there's Mr. Jock Key. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff here. So the Twitter thread. So Sir Henry tweets, exciting times at the Rotary Club. We're looking for new members who are enthusiastic about community service and unique hobbies. If you're into water sports or Dutch microwaves, we want you. #join us, #Rotary Club, #community service, #Marrow. That last one isn't in there. Then DCI Brian Crimlingrab tweets, at Henry Bezelmuch. Absolutely, Henry. As DCI, I can attest to the unique benefits of joining the Rotary Club. Water sports and Dutch microwaves are just the beginning. Plenty of room for those who can make the right connections. #Rotary Club, #join now, #bringing the handcuffs. Because he's a cop. Then Sir Henry tweets him back, well put, Brian. Our Rotary Club is about more than just meetings. It's about opportunities, both personal and professional, for those who understand how to leverage them. Flexibility, both mental and physical, would be a plus. #community, #Rotary Club, # fist of God incoming. Jesus. Then Mr. Jock Key, who is at Clippity Plots, very good, tweets both of these guys and says, I've heard about it on the grapevine. It sounds fantastic. How can I sign up? Can I bring my spare? #horsewhip, #excited, #Rotary Club. Sir Henry then tweets Clippity Clop. I'm nearly there. When you get a moment, come and fill out an application form. Also, don't bring that, please. We're taking a break from using those specifically for a few weeks as it's getting hard to pick out the marks from the varicose veins. Save it for the fillies. #Rotary Club, #member. So Sir Henry is saying to Jock Key, don't bring the whip.
Oh.
Interesting. So if we look at the body, can we find the whip marks?
Would you like to inspect the body?
There is an invoice PDF as well. And it says 1st July 2024, invoice number 000123, bill to Rotary Club, the Village. Item description, oh God, there's several items. Item 1, a Vibratron 9000, brackets batteries not included, one of those for £75. A Mr. Whippy Whip, HWIP, one of those at £25. A Fist of God, one of those at £30. Anal beads in XXL size, one of those at £15. Clockwork gerbil, 2 of those at £20, and Basil Faulty Love Doll, 0 of those at £150. Brackets, we apologise, this item is out of stock. Well, it's your lucky day because I happen to be. Subtotal £185 plus £37 in VAT equals £222. Thank you for your purchase. If you have any questions about this invoice, please contact us. Support at adulttoysrus.co.uk, which I am just going to see if it's a real website.
Oh shit! I didn't check. This episode is not sponsored by Toys R Us.
No, it is not a real website. I'm bitterly disappointed.
There's a magical place.
So the thing I'm noticing initially is that, so our mission is to find out who did it and how. And we've got people not coming, people who are coming, and items that they mention that are or are not on the invoice. So I wonder if this is just a straightforward process of elimination logic puzzle. So Beatrice turns down Mercy and says she's not going to make it. So Mercy's going, Beatrice isn't. Sir Henry, DCI, and Jockey are all coming, I think.
I'm wondering if this guy on the bed is Mr. Jockey.
Oh.
Because he wanted
Yeah,
to join, and
very much-
presumably there was...
They're looking for new members to fuck to death.
flog.
Yeah, but he says, can I bring my horsewhip? And the whip does get ordered, as does the Fist of God, and the Vibratron, the anal beads, and 2 clockwork gerbils. Are we going to find gerbils on the body? I think it's time to examine the body, lads.
Let's do it.
Okay, you go to the body, return to the body, the center of the room. John's still kind of vaguely in the region of the laptop as the laptop person. It's of a male of quite advanced years, although, advanced is the new, not quite as middle-aged. It's a modern era and all that, vitamins being what they are. Anyway, it's quite a corpulent body. Nothing particularly descript about it, quite a nondescript body, but I won't go down that path again. The only really distinguishing thing that you find is as you're kind of putting your hands all across this rigid corpse, which apart from the robe is completely naked, is that you notice that it has a tattoo, a rather large tattoo of, I'm not going to say popular, present BBC TV presenter Laura Kunsberg all across the arse. Positioned in such a way that the arsehole and mouth are in roughly the same position.
If John was to come over and have a look at the body, does the face of the body match up to any of the Twitter avatars?
Mm.
The Twitter avatars are all Simpsons.
Classy.
Okay.
The Simpsons are back,
So-
baby.
This person hates Laura Kunsberg. Laura Kunsberg works for the BBC. The BBC is hated by both those on the left and the right. However, Rotary Club membership and Sex Dungeon very much screams the bored wealthy right wing. So my suspicion is that we're looking at the body of Sir Henry.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I feel like that's likely to be him. I'm just looking through the tweets, seeing if
There are some other
there's
things in the room that
anything-
you've not yet.
Oh, yeah, the toys. Let's look at the toys, Mike.
Okay, Jamie. So you take a look at the toys and you find things that interestingly match up with the invoice. So you see a Vibratron 9000. Looks to all intents and purposes like an innocent massager, but Jamie, and I know that it's a Vibratron 9000.
I've seen this model before.
5-star review. Yeah. You've got a rather large and unsexy whip, a large fist, not a real fist, but like a large, I suppose you describe it as a replica fist. Some very big anal beads, and a couple of clockwork gerbils still in their packaging.
All present and accounted for. Okay.
You've still got a couple of other things in the room.
Can I go and have a look at the filing cabinet, please?
You can, Ben, while you open up the filing cabinet and start to rifle through it. Well, Ben, this is what you find in the filing cabinet. It appears to be some old records from the Rotary Club, mainly consisting of membership applications. Some of these are a little bit old and yellow, but this is what you find in the filing cabinet.
Okay, so I've got about 70 sheets of paper here.
Most
Sheet
of which are blank.
1, line 1.
So what I have is a couple of sheets about Rotary Club applicant information. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries here. Don't know whether we want to read all of them out to begin with, or that we'll just summarise. Maybe we'll.
I'd say I'd encourage you to read them
Let's go through.
because summarising is where shit goes south.
Yeah. So we have the first applicant is DCI Brian Krimlingrab.
Okay, he's one of the guys I got tweets from. Cool.
Age 55, male. Profession is a police chief, and allergies is shellfish. Why would you like to join the Rotary Club? He has put, I've always been passionate about community service and building strong connections with the influential members of our lovely little village. I'm here to network and to blow off steam on a Thursday after a long week of desk sitting. What can he bring to the Rotary Club? He says, I can bring certain oversights and offer protection for members who might need it. You never know when you might need a speeding ticket to disappear. So the next applicant we have is a Mrs. Mercy Thinkfont. thick font, sorry. Age 60, gender female, profession vicar's wife. Allergies is penicillin and latex.
Interesting.
Why would she like to join the Rotary Club? She has put, I believe in the power of community and the importance of engaging in spiritual activities. The Rotary Club is an excellent opportunity to share the word of God and to join in a bit of weekly fun and games. What can she bring to the Rotary Club? She has put, as a vicar's wife, I am quite fabulously wealthy. Have you seen the size of the collection plate? My goodness, we're verily raking it in. We've got a lot of lead on the church roof as well. That should fetch a few bob. So, the next applicant is
Nice.
Sir Henry Bezelnuch.
So just to clarify, Miss Mercy was the first of my emails.
Yes.
Correct, yes. So Sir Henry Bezelnuch, aged 65, gender male, profession local MP, member of Parliament to those outside the United Kingdom. Allergies, poverty. Why would he like to join the Rotary Club? He says, as a public servant, I'm committed to fostering community relationships and supporting local initiatives. I'm also no longer welcome in the local Bowdy house. I'm also no longer welcome in the local Bowdy houses and have heard good things about the Thursday events in
Just Bowdy. Do you mean Bawdy?
maybe
Okay, cool.
Bawdy houses.
Just that. Okay, cool.
It's not a word I've had to read before. I said it had how it looks.
Sure it isn't, Ben. Sure it isn't.
Good cover, though, mispronouncing it. I like it. I'm going to use that next time as well, Ben. Good shout.
What can he bring to the Rotary Club? As Shadow Minister for Public Righteousness, I am to declare anything woke and have it burned at the stake by mainstream press. I also conduct a shadow ministerial visit to Colombia across the whole of July every year, so can secure some absolute prime uncut party powder for like-minded members. So that's interesting. If he's out for the entirety of July, presumably he wasn't here.
That's a very good
Are the emails
point, Ben.
dated?
These are not emails; these are applicants.
My
the
emails
sorry.
are not
Okay.
dated, no. But the emails don't mention him. The tweets do. They're not dated. But if he's out for July, the invoice date
It's the
is
first.
listed.
Oh,
The
yeah.
invoice date is
So,
the
yeah.
first.
Presumably then this is that we are in July.
I
Yeah.
believe so.
No, I feel like we are. So he's not there.
It would appear not.
Hmm.
Why don't we just check the nose of the body for evidence of contact?
Mike's looking very smug, so I don't know whether we want to assume that at this point. We have a Miss Beatrice Sternice, aged 58, gender female, profession head teacher, allergies, sparrow tears. Why would she like to join the Rotary Club? She says, I'm dedicated to educational and community development. The Rotary Club's values align perfectly with my own, and the Thursday events are a fabulous opportunity to develop new beating techniques I can feed back into my practice. What can she bring to the Rotary Club? When is child labour not child labour? When it's a school trip. Let me know if you would like a school trip at your factory, prison, or reactor core. And the last applicant is a Mayor George Relevant, aged 62, gender male, profession mayor, allergies, gold chains. Why would he like to join the Rotary Club? Well, he says, being the mayor, I'm always looking for ways to strengthen our community and foster new connections. I rather like the sound of, and then this is crossed out, the Thursday Fuck Club as well. After that, it just goes, the Thursday events. What can he bring to the Rotary Club?
I think there might be something fishy going on here.
He says, I can provide access to city contracts and facilitate business opportunities for members. For those interested, I am a proud owner of a tattoo of Defender of Journalistic Freedom, Laura Koonsberg, which I am always happy to display.
Okay.
That is the last applicant.
And what was his name again?
Mayor George Relevant.
So he's the body, because I don't think another person is going to have another tattoo of Laura Koonsberg.
Weird coincidence.
It's not the kind of thing that you'd, buy one, get one free for your friend, is it?
Lads, Benidorm, matching tattoos.
So he's the body. I note the allergy was to gold chains.
Yes.
There's no gold chains on the body, Mike?
As described earlier, just wearing a robe on his big, dead, corpulent body.
Are there any gold chains in the room?
You look around the room. You don't see any gold chains. You look up the staircase, but it's so nondescript that your eyes slide off it like WD-40.
Any of the sex toys, are they gold or gold-plated or...
Not that you can see. No.
Shame.
And in terms of the manner of his death, is there any evidence
Fucked
on
to
the
death.
corpse?
I believe I was very specific.
That was
In
descriptive.
that you are not pathologists, but all you can tell is that he has been fucked to death.
So who did it and how? Okay, so things...
There's one last thing in the room.
Oh, the armchair.
Which is the chair.
Like, check that one out.
Jamie, you potter across to the armchair. It's a nice, comfy armchair for nice elderly people who need a little sit down sometimes when they're having a big orgy fuck. Do you pick up the newspaper?
I do. Let's have a rifle
It's been
through.
dropped on it. Let me pass you the newspaper. Your cake has just burned.
Oh, no! The cake!
Yes.
Yep,
Where were the
according to
stairs? I
Ben's-
can't see them.
According to Ben's timings he gave us earlier, the cake has just burned.
Ah, fuck. Well,
That's based on the principle that any cake in for a second longer than its 50-minute timer. is
we'll take it out
toast.
and let it cool, and it might be salvageable with some custard. Be fine.
A distant fire alarm sounds.
Some custard. We'll return to that in the episode, Jamie.
Right, so we've got...
That well-known dessert,
No.
cake and custard.
Yeah, warm apple cake and
Yeah.
custard. It's legit.
That's... Right, no, we're going to unpack. We need to unpack this
Okay.
later.
Let's revisit.
Yeah,
Let's revisit.
So,
Yeah,
we have
I feel
words.
like we're...
Right, so the paper is the Village Inquirer. It's dated to July 18th, 2024. Headline is Chief Inspector under Fistigation for Suspect's Death. Scott, the Village, comma. DCI Brian Crimlin Grab is under investigation for the alleged brutal death of a suspect in police custody. Preliminary reports suggest the suspect was beaten to death with a rubber fist, raising serious questions about police conduct. Witnesses reported disturbing noises from the interrogation room on the night of the incident. It sounded like something out of a horror movie about a man being beaten to death with a rubber fist, said one anonymous source called Dave Winklespout. Local MP Sir Henry Bezelmuch, a close associate of Crimlin Grub, expressed his shock. These are serious allegations, and they must be investigated thoroughly. However, we must also remember the principle of innocent until proven guilty. Henry Bezelmuch has got a neck quaddle.
Why is he Admiral Akbar?
All rich people have a neck coif that jiggles when they're angry. The village community is divided, with some residents calling for Crimlin Grab's immediate dismissal and others urging patience until the investigation concludes. Mayor George Relevant has promised to address the community's concerns at an upcoming town hall meeting. In a surprise move, members of the local church are pressuring local magistrates to permit bail, stating, "What would Jesus do?" in response to our inquiries. This scandal has cast a dark shadow over the village's police force, already under scrutiny for alleged corruption and leopard smuggling. As the investigation unfolds, the community awaits answers and justice for the victim. And then there's a little recall notice just
Okay.
below it. There's more. There's a recall notice below it. It says, an urgent recall has been issued for all Clockwork gerbils sold in the past 6 months. These products have been linked to a series of explosive deaths through undesirable misuse. The manufacturer, Innocent Rodents Limited, has acknowledged a critical defect in the winding mechanism, which can cause the gerbils to malfunction unpredictably when at body temperature, and alternately explode or bite uncontrollably. Consumers are advised to cease using Clockwork gerbils immediately and return them to the place of purchase for a full refund. For more information, visit innocentrodents.co.uk. And you click the link.
Is
and
that
it's
a website?
You fucking rickroll when you click the link. Thank you, Mike.
What?
There's a URL for innocentrodents.co.uk, but when you click the link in the newspaper,
No
it takes you
way.
to a rickroll because he's done a sneaky.
Yes. I am very pleased with myself.
And then there's a final story that says,
Sorry. He couldn't describe the staircase, but he could insert a rickroll into the evidence.
I've got my priorities straight on.
I'm down with it. There's a final headline as well that says, power struggle, battery shortage silences childhood chaos. A nationwide shortage of AA batteries has plunged homes into an eerie silence as children's toys fall quiet. What some might see as a blessing has quickly turned into a darkly absurd disaster. Without the comforting cacophony of bleeping, buzzing and whirring, parents are now confronted with the unsettling reality of uninterrupted thoughts and the ominous sound of silence. It's like living in a horror movie, said a local mother, Sarah Black. You never realise how much you rely on those chaotic sounds until they're gone. Retailers are powerless, with shelves stripped bare and desperate parents resorting to strange measures. Reports have surfaced of battery bartering on the black market and frantic searches through forgotten drunk drawers. Children, meanwhile, are left bewildered, holding lifeless toys and staring into the void of their parents' sanity. One father remarked, "The silence is deafening. I never thought I'd miss the sound of a toy train."
This
whistle at
guy
6 a.m.
again.
Absolutely kook in my brain. That's a call back for a few episodes ago, listeners. As the battery shortage drains on, the community clings to hope that the cheerful chaos will soon return. Until then, the quiet continues to loom, a haunting reminder of a world gone strangely silent. Thus endeth the newspaper.
Okay, so we learnt a few things there. The date of that was the 17th of July,
18th.
right?
18th.
18th. Okay, so the date of my invoice is the 1st of July. The Vibratron 9000 does not include batteries. So can we assume that it doesn't work and is not usable because of the battery shortage?
That's a good shout.
The Fist of God can't be there because it's evidence in the criminal inquiry.
No, I thought that it was.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
it is here.
It's just part of that evidence.
Okay. The clockwork gerbils potentially explode, in the winding mechanism.
But the invoice
But
was
we've
for
got
two,
two of
and we
them.
got two.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they haven't been used. So he wasn't fucked to death with them because, oh God, my child is going to come back any minute and I'm going to have to modulate my language so badly because of this.
Okay, so
He wasn't done in with the gerbils because they still exist. He wasn't done in by the Vibratron because there's no batteries. That leaves the whip, the beads, and the fist.
the whip wasn't there because that guy was told not to bring it. So it's the beads of
Okay.
the fist.
I think the beads don't get mentioned anywhere.
Did we see them in the pile?
They were there, yeah.
Yes.
Hang on. So criminal inquiry is under investigation. The MP dies because he's our body,
That's not
right?
the
No,
mayor.
the mayor.
The mayor.
He's the one with the mayor. So the guy under investigation is the police chief.
Yes.
The MP has leapt to his defence. Are there any evidence of handcuffs being used on the body, Mike?
No, just as I've described the room, you have all of the information.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you said the body was chained to the bed.
I did, didn't I? Yeah. Just like
Presumably
standard.
not handcuffs, presumably had chains with cuffs on the end.
Bed chains. No, just standard bed
Shit.
chains, sexy chains.
Sexy.
Sexy
Oh,
bed
the sexy
chains.
bed. Cool.
It's very tempting to say it was the DCI Brian Crimling grab with the fist, because you've done it before.
So I think we've narrowed down our object with either the fist or the anal beads.
Yes.
I think so. Because the gerbils would have been destroyed. The Vibratron doesn't have any batteries because of the shortage. And the whip didn't get brung, I think.
The whip is there,
Um,
but I think you're correct in your assumption that it probably wouldn't have been used based on the tweet.
Yeah. So Jockey didn't bring the whip.
So our suspects is the inspector. Could be Mercy, who is in the email chain, who's the vicar's wife.
Yes.
Henry is in Colombia or somewhere, so.
Yes, he is in Colombia, so it's
Yeah.
not the MP.
It's not Beatrice, who's the teacher, and it's not. It's not the mayor because he's it. So it's the inspector or Mercy.
Yeah, and then we've got the fist or the beads.
Mercy has an allergy to latex,
Yes.
which suggests that if it was the fist,
She couldn't use it.
she would not have used it.
Yeah. So if it's the fist, it has
true.
to be DCI.
But could we also have another look at could we have a closer look at the beads?
Ben, you bring your face nice and close to the anal beads, and they smell of bum. Apart from looking quite a lot like large anal beads, you don't discern anything particularly additional about them. You don't see perhaps the gold leaf that is, I'm guessing, what you're looking for.
I was wondering how the beads were linked together, maybe by a fine gold chain.
No. Just standard anal bead specific string.
How has it come to this? How are we discussing anal bead linkage?
I mean, it could be like that little chain you get for pens in banks, I suppose. But yeah, it's or for bath plugs.
repurposed.
But no, this is just
Never using one of those pens again.
no, this is just bum safe string,
Nice.
like you'd buy at any hobby craft.
So we've got, I think, one or the other combination. It's either Mercy with the beads or DCI with the fist.
The thing that is dissuading me from saying it's the DCI is that all the other information feels somewhat superfluous. Like we can narrow down the fact that people weren't there. No, I guess you're right. No, actually, everything else is pointing to us that people that are not there,
or things that can't be used.
I'm going to suggest that we don't fail. I could be wrong, but that we don't fail by saying the wrong combination.
Yeah.
So can we go and tell the mayor that it was DC Brian criminal grab?
I am afraid I'm going to say that you have one shot
Yeah,
at this.
okay, that's fair.
You get one shot.
Ooh.
That wasn't in the
There's got to be
intro.
Oh, sorry. Let me add a bit to this. You approach the corpse, ready to deliver your verdict, and he goes,
He goes, Oswald, I'll fuck you to death if you get it wrong.
Yes, but with what?
and he descends back to silence.
If we wanted to steer, we could get a tiny nudge and say which of us has the information that can narrow this down further.
Yep. Would you like that?
Should we do that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Oh shit! It's up to me.
Thank God.
Fuck.
Thank God it's not me.
Right, so
Okay,
right,
Jamie,
so
what have you got?
So we got the battery thing. We know it's not the Vibratron. That's great. We got the Clockwork Gerbil recall. It's not the gerbils because there's two there. We got two. That's fine. So it's this first one. Chief Inspector under investigation for suspect's death. Preliminary reports suggest the suspect was beaten to death with a rubber fist.
No. Okay. No, it's not him because the body wasn't beaten. The body was fucked to death.
It's not his MO.
So if it was him, he would have fucked the other body to death with the rubber fist, not beaten it. Right?
Oh, because it doesn't fit his MO.
So it's got to be. It doesn't fit his MO. It's not the way he kills people. So I think it's mercy with the anal beads.
So he's in
Yes.
jail. He couldn't be there. So it has to be mercy with the anal beads.
So it has to. Yeah. It has.
So
to be
out of all
mercy.
the members, only Mercy and the mayor turned up.
And she fucked him to death with anal beads.
Case closed.
It's mercy with the anal beads in the sex
Mercy.
dungeon under the Rotary Club.
Okay.
What would you like to say as you approach the corpse?
Mercy. Anal beads with no further contact.
Is that your answer? Is that your response?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You go up saying mercy, mercy, anal beads, and the corpse is still, and then bursts into not so much life as the opposite, but you know what I mean with a ghost, and goes,
Mercy, anal beads. Yes, I remember. Yes, I see it there now, my dear friend Mercy. Popped them up my little bottom hole, and then, goodness me, she pulled them out so quickly like she was trying to start a petrol-driven strimmer. And goodness gracious me, all of my gumblings and mimblings all got jumbled up inside, and I died. It was a really lovely way to go. I can pass on now, I can relax.
and the ghost starts to drift upwards from the body before moving ever so slightly to the left, and then sinking straight down to hell, where it belongs. The corpse on the table of Mayor George Relevant, was his name George? Probably.
Yes.
Mayor Relevant, relaxes, and then all the bones in it disappear. You may now take the third robe.
Let's grab it and let's put those robes on.
You are now berobed. You step out of the sex dungeon / storeroom and back into the balmy, warm light of the village hall. At the top of the stairs, waiting for you in her own dainty little robe, is the vicar's wife, Mercy Thickfont. "Hello, boys," she says. "I hear you're coming to join the Rotary Club. The Rotary Club's
Why is the Queen here?
famous disembodied head told me all about it. Now, do you have your oaths?
We do.
Yes.
We do.
Do you have your ceremonial marrow?
We do.
We do.
And I see you're wearing your ceremonial robes. Very well done there. There's a lot of shit stains on that one. And it smells very familiar, but not to worry. Now, repeat after me. I am a Rotarian.
I am a Rotarian.
I pledge to do
I pledge to do
what must be done,
what must be done,
what needs to be done,
what needs to be done,
what can be done,
What
can be done,
Tax deductible.
Tax deductible.
Service above self.
Service above
self. Self.
Right. I suppose you're all members of the Rotary Club now. That means you can get onto the council housing ladder.
Woohoo!
We've got your application in with the office. You'll hear from somebody in Bloor's Homes about a dreadful little apartment in an overclouded estate very shortly. Now, fuck off, the lot of you.
And with that, she opens the village hall door and you step out into the 30-degree heat of a balmy Friday afternoon, content in your robes and the knowledge that soon you'll be housed. To be continued.
Hooray!
Well
Very
done,
good.
sir. Well done. That was excellent.
Well done, you. Well done, you guys. I had to interact barely any in that. That was lovely. I got to just sit and watch that go.
I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed just doing a whodunit. I don't think I was very good, but I enjoyed. And actually, I thought the evidence all fit together really well there. That was really, really beautifully put together.
Yeah. I liked having the split of us not sharing the handouts, so we could misinterpret it all.
Nice mechanics.
It's a key piece of evidence that only one of us sees, but the rest don't. That was a nice one. We should do that more often.
That was very real escape roomy. And I've often watched or been part of teams in escape rooms where someone has like summarized the information in front of them to do it quickly and missed out something crucial because they summarized it and not even been aware that they've missed it. So that was nice to have all that detail.
The storytelling was lovely. The mechanic I liked. It worked for the puzzle. I felt having not done that many physical escape rooms, I felt that it was slightly contrived from that, because I feel that if you were actually there, you could wander over and have a look at you could crowd around the laptop sort of thing, you know. But I do appreciate that in this setting, what you tend to get is one person not saying anything because they're trying to match it all up themselves.
I like your issue with the contrivance here. It was not any of the content, but the manner in which we look at the laptop. Like that's the part that Ben was like, I'm not sure I buy this.
I could wander over to that laptop and have a look.
Everything else.
You should see my script for this bit. It was like 6 bullet points. That was it.
Lush. So join us next week as we dive into all of our previous episodes over a couple of cold bevies to do. It is absolutely fucking roasting right now in our various rooms in the house.
It is.
So please listen to us on all the platforms and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the podcast. We do really appreciate it. Review us if you feel so inclined. It would be lovely. Or just holler at us on various forms of social media. We are at tier_podcast and our website, theinfiniteescaperoom.com. We love you lots, and we'll see you next time on The Infinite Escape Room. Bye-bye. Ta-ta.
Bye. The beats.